Well, look at that. We're live for another Joking Adventure Hour. This is August 19, 2026, your Wednesday night. Hello to X Rumble and BitChute. Hello to Lurkers and Bots. Hello to the chat. Hello to George.
Greetings, everybody. Greetings.
You stream every night because the stories are real, but the news, they be fake.
Oh, yeah.
Before we jump in, be sure you get your copy of The Immortal Mass, a 200-page graphic novel on sale now on my website, Dinales.com. You can also pick it up at Amazon.com, or if you want to support our local distributor, RJ from CriticalBlast, at CriticalBlast.com.
Yep.
All right. And like always, the stories are real, but the news, they be fake.
Yep.
All right, starting out with Treasury Secretary Scott Bassett. Once again, the professor has come up short. His latest screech is an impressive display of economic predigestation. He can see that the wages are growing faster for a low-income worker and then attempts to bury the dispositive facts beneath nearly 2,000 words. Bank of America data shows that spending among lower and middle-class income households has converged towards levels at the top as they lead labor market gains. Professor Rich, or I should say Reich, Professor Reich has a documented history of inventing dialogue when the truth doesn't fit his narrative. A habit that forced him to rewrite his memoir after the media exposed his fabrication. Burger King appears not to be the only one who peddles whoppers. It's not like punching down. This will be the last response to his 4-decade pattern of packaging falsehoods as fact.
Oh, man. That blows.
And he was responding to Robert Reich.
Oh, that short guy?
Yeah, that's guy.
Oh, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And he what is it? He was an advisor to Clinton.
Well, geez, George, who would have thunk?
Yeah, it's been a while since he popped up.
You're saying about something about Clinton, right?
I'm not saying anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, look, Wall Street made because Newt Greenwich and the Republican majority in Congress forced him to. Ominent. In 1998, Bill Clinton ended 30 years of deficit, bringing the federal budget to zero deficit. He went on to deliver record surplus, 22.7 million jobs, and 4% unemployment, and the longest peacetime expansion.
Yeah, I remember that when he did his address to the union, something like that. Mm-hmm. He had flow charts and everything.
That's the flow chart.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the thing where he says, the prosperity of the Americans is upon us. We have zero deficit. Geez, how did we get zero deficit to 30 to 39 trillion?
I think this is the trigger point.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? We've been talking about, how did the Democrats flip?
Yeah.
I think this could be the trigger point.
Right here. Look at the year, George. Look at the year.
Yeah.
Y2K did happen. Just not a matter that
pre climate change Gore.
Yeah. By the way, President Trump confirmed that central bank digital currency is banned from being created in the United States.
They have been able to. I signed a historic executive order banning any attempt to create a central bank digital currency. We launched Project Crypto to modernize rules so that our financial markets can move into blockchain technology. I established the United States Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, making Bitcoin a permanent asset of the United States Treasury, which has turned out incredibly well. I also created the United States Digital Asset Stockpile to hold custody of all other digital assets, and that's exactly what it's done. It's been amazing. 1 year ago this summer, they have been able to. I signed a historic executive order ban.
So we still have to wait till the Clarity Act because that makes it into law.
Oh, boy.
Because they rolled because they rolled this anti-CBD Surveillance Act into the Clarity Act.
Wow. Okay. Now this we talked about this, right? If the central bank currency doesn't take hold in America, it's going to crash and burn because everybody else, it was the second best or last best, whatever you want to call it. It just won't be enough.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, right now, you're not going to see any movement, any hype about cryptocurrency and all that jazz. It's not going to matter until the laws are passed, and we only have half of the laws passed that's needed. It's a pincer movement. You got the Genius Act on one side, right?
Yep.
And that was passed last year. It's now enforced at the beginning of this year. So we have the Genius Act passed. You know what they're dragging their feet on? The Clarity Act. And the Clarity Act is so important. You know why the Clarity Act is so important?
Because
that's the one that tells the banks the regulations.
Beautiful.
It's clarity, and the banks are lobbying so hard to the Senate and in the House to dilute the Clarity Act. That's why you shouldn't. That's why you shouldn't drop the balls of that. Now you're wondering why I'm opening the segment with Treasury Scott Bassett, right?
I wonder why.
All right, this is from Debriefing 17. Here's an observation that this poster observed. The Treasury is doing the Fed Reserve's job, and nobody asked the Federal Reserve. On Tuesday, the U.S. Treasury announced it was doubling the size of its long-term bond buyback program starting September 9th. Within hours, $820 billion flowed into gold and silver. Gold hit the record highs. Here's what happened and why the market moved that fast. What a buyback is. The U.S. government borrows money by selling bonds, and when it sells a 30-year bond, it's promised you to pay back in 30 years plus interest. A buyback is when the government buys those bonds back before they mature. It goes into the market and says, I know I owe you in 2054, but I'll pay you now. When the government buys its own long-term bonds, it puts cash into the market and pulls long-term debt out. That pushes long-term interest rates down at the same mechanical effect as what the Federal Reserve does when it buys bonds, what they call quantitative easing. Except this isn't the Federal Reserve doing it, it's the Treasury departments. Why does that matter? Managing the interest rate across the yield curve has been traditionally the Federal Reserve's job since its inception. The Fed is supposed to be independent. It sets the interest rate based on inflation and employment data, not on what the White House wants. The Treasury Department reports directly to the president. The Secretary of the Treasury is a cabinet member. When the Treasury buys bond, it is the executive branch managing the interest rate. Same mechanism, different chain of command. And the Treasury just doubled the program. Now add everything else that happened this week. This wasn't the only thing that the Treasury did. Sunday, the Treasury published the proposed rule on how stablecoin digital dollars will be regulated, aka the regulation for the Genius Act, which they're supposed to be doing. Every stablecoin issuers in America must be licensed. Every foreign stablecoin that wants to reach American consumer must come from a country that has a deal with the United States. Every licensed stablecoin user must hold U.S. Treasury bonds as reserves. Read that last part again. The government just created a new class of mandatory bond buyers. If you want to issue digital dollars, you must buy government debt to back them. Monday, the Treasury International Capital data shows that the foreign government sold $29 billion in Treasury bills in June alone. The traditional buyers of American debt foreign central banks are leaving. Tuesday, the Treasury doubled the buyback program. The government is stepping in to buy its own bonds as the old buyers exit. Also Tuesday, the Treasury and the IRS proposed new rules restricting tax credit by immigration status. Hey, George, did you realize in one of the recent executive orders, Trump said that we will no longer refund tax credits to illegal aliens.
What?
Yeah.
That's sacrilege.
So here, George. So illegal aliens have been filing their taxes in the country to get refund.
They've been filing their taxes. You mean they have actually been paying taxes in the United States of America?
Yes, that's what it means. How can you not? You can't refund somebody who hasn't been paying taxes. You know.
Well, you see, there's an old trick in the tax system that if you spend more money than you've earned, you'll be getting refunds constantly.
Yeah. So here's the thing, George. If you're an illegal alien, how can you be filing taxes?
Oh well, I obviously
in a country that you're not have no jurisdiction of.
Yes. Well, obviously, I have the answer for you.
Go ahead.
An illegal alien filing taxes in the United States of America, they file it illegally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what that also means?
It means the accountant who filed the illegal taxes should be taken care of.
Yeah. That's why you start seeing all those fires. Hey, George, remember when Trump came?
If they use some sort of accounting tax program, that accounting tax program should get its programming license removed.
Yeah. Hey, George, do you remember the beginning of last year where Trump said, hey, all you people, we're going to give you 6 months for you to get the GTFO? Yeah. And remember when Trump and Elon Musk and Doge were going to those different agencies and was a hostile takeover, you know?
Yep.
And guess who's the commissioner in Treasury holder titles? Oh, it's Scott Bassett.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, Commissioner Gordon's Gotham. Hey, George, you know what we're seeing, George? That you're speaking Commissioner Gordon.
End of civilization?
No, you're seeing what Batman can do when he actually uses his money and actually start fighting crime legally.
Oh, that's just silly.
So the way that they have Batman set up, Batman is just a rich guy who wants to punch villains.
And Batman's, sir, you've said it over and over again. Batman is just a tourist attraction.
Exactly.
Hey, where are we going this time of year? We're going to the Niagara Falls? We're going to the Grand Canyon? No, we're going to go to Gotham. What's in Gotham? Well, Batman, of course. We're going to go watch Batman fight crime.
In his wonderful rogue gallery.
Yes, in his wonderful rogue gallery.
They escape every other week.
That's right. How are we going to find him? Don't worry about it. We just walk up and down the boulevard, and we're about to come across a Batman fight.
Exactly. He's like, how do you know? Well, they turn on the beacon, to signal to bring Batman out for the show.
Yes.
Last week, Congress banned federal. Here's the thing: Batman is beating on mentally ill patients. Last week, Congress banned the Federal Reserve from issuing a digital dollar, and we saw that video right there. And also, we saw the video. We have it from the executive. Now we have it with Congress. The Federal Reserve cannot compete with the private stablecoin system that the Treasury is building. Also, last week, the FinCEN is a Treasury bureau that killed the requirement for American companies to report who owns them. The same FinCEN bureau last week that reported 125 million fines against the UBS for not watching his own transaction closely enough. The pattern. Here's what the Treasury did in 1 week. let's see, wrote the rules for the digital dollar, created mandatory treasury bond buyers through stablecoin reserve requirement, double his own bond buyback program as foreign buyers left, issued the largest bank fine in its category history, killed a transparency rule for domestic company, restricted tax benefits for citizenship status, and the IRS, which sits inside the treasury, helped trace cartel money in a narco-terrorist case 2 weeks ago, connected with the assistant of the FSB, which is the FBI equivalent, Russian FBI equivalent. And here's what the Federal Reserve did in the same week: nothing. Where's the Federal Reserve? The Federal Reserve is not writing stablecoin rules. The Treasury is. The Federal Reserve is not chartering these stablecoin issuers. The OCC is a Treasury Bureau. The Federal Reserve is not managing long-term interest rates through the buyback. The Treasury is. The Federal Reserve is not enforcing anti-money laundering laws. The FinCEN, a Treasury Bureau, is. The Federal Reserve is not issuing sanction. The OFAC, a Treasury Bureau, is. The Federal Reserve is not setting rules for the digital dollar. It is prohibited by law from even building one. The Federal Reserve still sets one rate, the overnight rates that banks charge each other for short-term loans. Power hasn't been touched, but everything else that matters in the financial system right now, digital currency enforcement, banking charter, debt management, sanction, and now yield curve management is being done by the Treasury. The Fed wasn't fired, wasn't overruled, it was routed around. Nobody revoked its authority. Nobody amended the Federal Reserve Act. They just built an entire next generation of financial architecture in agencies that the Federal Reserve doesn't control, using the law that the Federal doesn't administer, and then ban the Federal from one new area where it might reassert itself. Why gold move? The market also saw the double buyback and did the math. If the Treasury is buying its own bond to manage interest rate, and the Treasury is also creating a new class of mandatory bond buyers through stable coin rules, the four governments are selling them, and then the buyers of last resorts for American government debt is becoming American government itself, plus private companies that are required by law to hold it. Gold is the assets that sit outside the entire system. You can't sanction it. You can't freeze it. You can't require anyone to hold it as a reserve. It doesn't need a license, a charter, or reciprocal arrangement. 820 billion moved into gold and silver in hours. That is the market saying, we see the architecture being built. We're buying the one thing that isn't inside it. Bottom line, for 75 years, the Federal Reserve was one of the most powerful financial institutions in America. It set the interest, regulated the bank, managed the money supply, was independent by design, insulated from the political pressures that the Treasury Department answered to, which was not really, if you actually looked at the history and who controls them. What happened this week is not the end of the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve still sets the overnight rates, but everything else that matter has changed.
Oh, boy.
So here you go. So basically, you make it obsolete, George. How do you destroy the Federal Reserve? You make it obsolete.
Just like the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
Hormuz. You gotta roll it, Strait of Hormuz.
I thought you had to like you're hacking it, with a jet phlegm.
Hormuz. No, it's not hummus.
Hormuz.
Yes.
Now, you know why this is fully reality? Because this is from Eric. A transgender leftist who tried to assassinate Scott Bessis has been sentenced 73 months in prison. Ryan English claims to be a woman admitted to showing up with weapon and Molotov cocktails to take Bassett out after he was confirmed into the Treasury.
What?
Yeah, he had an assassination attempt.
That's a pretty ballsy move on whoever,
Yeah. So, and you don't see the news really talking about, hey, there's an assassination attempt on our U.S. Treasury Secretary. Not even a peep, and you have just this from Fox News.
Suspect accused of trying to assassinate Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is set to be sentenced today as security threats continue to surround the Trump administration. Lucas Tomlinson is reporting live from the White House on this. Good morning, Lucas.
Good morning, Dana. The Treasury Secretary never spoke about this attempted assassination until talking about it here in Washington just last month.
You mean when, the person is sentenced and is going to start their sentence? Yeah.
No. Not talking about it. It gives the attacker irrelevancy.
Mm-hmm. Irrelevancy. So that's why I wanted to open it up, because look how Trump has maneuvered. He knew that it would be such a monumental, daunting task to try to get the political body to repeal the Federal Reserve, right?
Yeah.
And repeal the income tax, right?
Yeah.
So what does he do? I'll make it so it becomes obsolete. You don't need to get income tax because we're getting tariffs, so much money. We don't need Federal Reserve because the Treasury is now in charge of all these new responsibility that the Federal Reserve doesn't have any access to. You just brick it up. They're all software, George. They can't download to the new version.
Oh no, they're working on Cobalt.
Exactly.
Those buggers.
Yeah. Jeffrey Mead, they're all for socialism until they are asked to apply the same concept to their grades. Funny how that works. Watch this. All right.
Rather have in America, socialism or capitalism?
I would say socialism.
How do you view the word socialism, favorably or unfavorably?
I guess I would go with favorably.
I go unfavorably because I've seen the destruction of that walked upon a country.
Yep.
Family in Europe, they go to college for free. Their healthcare is paid for. They don't have to worry about it at all.
I favor that over capitalism.
Okay, got it.
I also think I favor socialism over capitalism.
Socialism is more geared toward helping the people in your, the government.
Why are all these people so stupid? Yeah, and I say it loosely because I know that they've been brainwashed. They can't help but be stupid. They taken away critical thinking. Hey, George, I remember you had a mandatory class when I had to go to school was critical thinking.
Yeah, it's called debate.
Yeah, that was, I didn't know it then, but that was the last year that the schools offer that curriculum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather people have that same opportunity. There's a lot of excess in America.
So on campus, if there's a GPA disparity where there's people at the bottom with a poor GPA, would you support a policy where people at the top spread the wealth and give that GPA to people at the bottom?
Help them get a better GPA?
Yeah.
I'm all for helping. I wouldn't give let me just give you some of my points.
But it's about being fair, right? We got to help people at the bottom.
I've lost a lot of sleep, so I don't know if I will be fair. That's cool.
See, the moment that you presented and say, "Hey, you're for all socialism, right? Hey, buddy, you got $10? Yeah. Can I get 9? Why? Because I got none and you got 10s. I'm just going to take the 9 and share it to everybody else. Everybody has $1.
Yep.
No, man, no. That doesn't make sense. I work for this $10. Yeah, but you want socialism. Those guys didn't work, so they can't have money, so they need money. And you got money. Nah, bruh, nah. What are you talking about? You like socialism. You want to help people. That's helping people.
Yep.
Completely different.
How is it different?
Because I'm studying all day for my grade.
Let's replace study work. I've been working all day for my pay.
I mean, I sacrifice a lot to get my GPA,
I don't go out as much as I'd like to, but that's for like a greater goal in the future, the way I see it. So no, I wouldn't sacrifice my own things, like sacrifice my own time to help somebody else who didn't want to make those same sacrifices.
Oh. You spouse socialism, which is antithetical to your merit-based efforts.
Oops.
Yeah. And this gentleman is just going to repeat what we've been saying. So I'm not going to move forward. I'll move forward with another story. And wokeness is Florida was able to count 95% of their 3 million votes today in 2 hours. California took 2 weeks to hit 95. Hey, George. You know what we should be watching as well?
What? What's that?
The moment that Ron DeSantis leaves the governorship of Florida, if the whole presidential debate issue of him running was fake, and it was a kayfabe, and it was effort to draw in all the opposition's money, so Trump didn't have to deal with that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Watch for Trump to offer DeSantis a position in this administration.
Well, he is. Now that you said that, I could classify, or sorry, I could categorize.
There you go.
In the entirety of DeSantis' term in government, after Trump got elected, as one big gigantic resume, with citations.
Yeah. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Curtown Watkins. I wonder if Natalie knows that the CIA had agents embedded in all of these universities, and that the NSA tracked all of this as well. Just like the CIA knew that the Pakistanians was using taxpayer dollars, massive aid to the AFG, the Mujahideen, to build Pakistan's nuclear program. Hell, all of NATO knew about that because they were selling the parts to Pakistan. Yeah. Natalie Winter exclusive. I found dozens of taxpayer-funded researchers who work for the Pentagon Defense Project or in a U.S. weapons lab. They later work for China's military, including its nuclear weapons complex and blacklist military universities.
Wow, that's a lot of effort.
Yeah. So the first one is Yang Quan Zhang from 2000 to 2004, University of Illinois. Yang worked on 3 U.S. Army and Air Force funded projects worth $1.276 million combined. The work included research on an explosive. 2026, John published a new research on a powerful HMX explosive from a laboratory inside. Let's see. Inside China's Academy of Engineering Physics, the heart of the China nuclear weapon complex. Short communication, fast spectroscopy of energy release in a nanometric explosives. Oh, wow. Chinese affiliated CCP copies America's technology. Guess it done 20 years later.
Yeah, but you know what? At least they're copying from the best.
Exactly. Next one. Zhang, 2012. Zhang conducted high-speed shock research at the University of Illinois. Again, the University of Illinois, George. With your brand mayor Brandon Johnson, whose predecessor was Beetlejuice. With support from the U.S. Army, Air Force, Defense Threat Reduction Agency, and the American Nuclear Stockpile Program. Today, Zhang is deputy director inside the China Academy of engineering physics. His recent work included the RDX base explosive and the effect of underwater explosion, simplified laser-driven flyer plates for shock compression science. Again, the same two places.
Things that make go,
Ting Ting Zhao. Between 2009 and 2018, Zhao published research on explosive sensitivity and detonation with support from the U.S. Navy. By 2016, she was publishing work in China, a military explosive PBX 9501, with the support from a China Academy of Engineer Physics and Munitions. Was she also from the state of Illinois? Let's look at
things that make go,
Dated. We're here. Published on January 3rd. This is California of Technology. Okay. The CIT. California. Okay. Yingli Zhao from 2006 to 2007 at the University of Michigan. Zhao worked on optical drive research backed by U.S. Navy and Air Force. She joined the Material Institute of the China Academy of Engineering and Physics. Her biology lists a leadership role in the place. That's funny. Hui Kai Zhai. Zhai spent 3 summers researching at the Air Force Research Laboratory. He received an award from the Pentagon Advanced Research Agency. He co-led a $785,000 Navy project developing laser mapping technology. He, too, moved in 2020 to the Beijing Institute of Technology. The U.S. blacklisted in December. Then he led the Chinese Military Technology Commission project on 3-dimensional optical imaging and became a research center chief scientist. I'm so surprised that a Chinese national would take research back to his home country. George,
shocked.
Yu Zhang, 2022 at Stanford. Zhang led U.S. Navy-backed research on aluminum combustion and nanothermionites, electric energetic material that can produce extremely fast intensive reactions. In 2023, the U.S. blacklisted Beihang University. In September 2023, Zhang joined said university. That's so crazy, So crazy.
Things that make go,
You know what I've been also noticing? They've been doing lasers, optical drives, explosives. Hey, George, what have we seen in the last year? Laser, optical drives, explosives.
Drones?
Yeah.
No, seriously, drones?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Remember the whole thing, the supersonic missiles and all those other stuff?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just trying to bullshit,
Yeah. Jing, no, you can't bullshit because you're unconsciously bringing back the memories we talked about. Jingheng Zhang, from 2013 to 16, conducted explosive research backed by U.S. Navy and Defense Threat Reduction Agency. He joined in 2017 China's Harbin Institute of Technology. 2020, U.S. blacklisted university citing military ties. Ying Xin at Virginia Tech. Xin led U.S. Navy-funded sensor research with a Navy undersea. Whoa, wait, what? Virginia Tech. Reduction stand for laboratory. Holy smokes, George. Michigan. Holy smokes.
This is not sounding too good.
Hey, George, remember all those shootings at all those colleges that happened?
Yeah.
That we talked about and happened like years ago?
Yeah.
These are the same universities and colleges all those shootings happened. Virginia Tech. I remember Virginia Tech because there was a shooter and they were fighting back in early 2000s. Holy smokes. Lone gunman distracting from this. Purdue, yeah, there was a shooting at Purdue. Gal participating in 2 U.S. Army project involving protective textiles and detecting damage inside reinforced materials.
Oopsie.
Yeah. Work with U.S. involving advanced radars, moving target detection network of radar systems. Huh. Yeah, I'm glad that they're saying that she's female. She knows what she is. Northwestern, core member of the $6 million Pentagon project designed to uncover specific hackers hiding inside major. Hey, George, look at this. At Northwestern, Zhu was a core member of a $6 million Pentagon project designed to uncover specificated hackers hiding inside major computer networks.
Wait, how can a hacker hide inside a computer network? I mean, they would have to be digitized, like Tron level type of digitizing.
Hey,
and then they would have to hide inside the grid, usually between systems. And we know who's between systems. It's Megabyte and Dot and Bob.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to have a recognizer. It's not going to have a null.
It's going to happen. You know why it's going to happen?
Why?
Polymark, T-Mobile cyber staff revealed they physically chopped a network cable after discovering Chinese hackers attempt to infiltrate its system by hiding in the cables.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
The guy lifted the fake grid floor and slipped between the floor panel and the actual floor and slept with the cables?
Had to chop a network cable after discovering Chinese hacker attempted to infiltrate systems.
What?
Sophisticated hacker hiding inside major network computer systems, which is why Guardian was made, because Guardian is space. Why SpaceX is a military contract, and why everybody's so freaked out about it, but not.
Oh my gosh! You know what this sounds like, right? It sounds like one of those movies, like Under the Stairs or In the Floorboards, in the attic.
Yeah.
In the basement.
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
Gao Wenhe, he worked as a visiting staff at Los Alamos National Laboratory, one of America's nuclear weapons laboratory. An official Chinese Academy of Science profile credited him as team producing the first time accurate computer simulation of a turbulent. What is it? It doesn't want to click. Okay. Several medical research, Los Alamos, outstanding innovations. A Chinese defense patent naming he was filed. Postdoctoral researcher, group doctor, Los Alamos. All right, so what is this telling? What is Natalie showing? Hey, the technologies that we're seeing right now, posted by the Chinese, has been funded by our own money. And it's slowly showing, bit by bit, George, that the Chinese are becoming nuclear capable of having similar change.
Ничего, стиралку заправляю.
She put the wrong detergent powders in the washer.
Yeah, she did.
it was a high efficiency washer. She put low grade stuff in it. Of course, it's going to go crazy.
Yes, local grade.
Man. Now, returning back to this, right? Back to what we were talking about, just to give us a refresh. We were talking about network hackers, right? And Daily Now, Rockstar Game has reportedly hired ex-Pentagon officers to investigate the recent GTA 6 leaks. So apparently, a hacker group named Official Leaks, LEEKs, has taken older versions of the GTA and started posting and having serious demands of we need physical. We're going to release the ending. We're going to release more information of the game if you don't concede to our demands, which is make physical copies of the game. Put the patchwork in where even if you take it offline, we could still play it offline, etc. Kind of deal.
Something's not right.
Exactly. But why would you have to hire an ex-Pentagon officer on this, unless you're having a state level hacking going on, George?
I think. Okay, I think this is an extraordinary leap right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right,
we've been doing extraordinary bullshitting this whole time, but with evidence.
All right. So what I think happened.
Go ahead.
Is that the production is so stupid, so monumentally stupid, so extraordinary stupid, that they somehow very stupidly allowed the machines where they're designing and building the latest GTA to be hooked up to the internet.
Of course.
And the moment your machine is hooked up to the internet, we all know what's going to happen. As some stupid person who's working on the game is going to go, watching some porn, or not, let's go even deeper or more seditious.
Yeah.
Right? They're watching YouTube videos. No, not even YouTube videos.
They are watching YouTube videos.
No.
They're watching worse TikTok videos.
No. We got to go even deeper.
All right.
They're watching movies online, not from Netflix, mind you, not from Apple, not from HBO.
No, from the high seas.
The high seas.
Yeah.
So they're watching movies online. No, not even the high seas. The high seas, you have to do the whole rigmarole of logging in and not logging in.
No.
We're talking about you go to a website that looks like Netflix, but it's not Netflix. You know what happens when you go to a website like that?
All your information gets captured.
Everything in your computer, every last detail, the make and model of your computer, your entire browser history, your bookmarks. If you have anything open at the time, the information gets sucked right away. It's just you might as well just hand them over all your data at that point. And what did these people who run those particular websites look at and go, hey boys, we got somebody who's working on GTA. Yeah, we got his IP address. We got everything about his machine.
Oh no!
What are we gonna do, guys? Well, of course we're gonna come a calling.
Come a calling again.
And so they probably came a calling. And they got into the system and made a copy. Yeah. Well, obviously, it's not a complete copy because no one system during development actually can hold one complete copy of the game. So they probably have an iteration of the game.
Well, they kind of narrowed it down that they have a 2-year or 3-year-old iteration of the game.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? Well, that means that
Somebody
with the power of AI,
yeah,
they can create their own flavor of GTA.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
when
they haven't thought that far.
no, it's ridiculous how simple that thinking would be, which means that they're not that simple thinkers, right?
Yeah.
They're very complicated thinkers.
Yeah.
So they would say, you know what, or we're somehow we're going to have to make money off of this, and they're going to try to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
the problem is from what this post here says, the hypothetical is that some idiot inside Rockstar Games allowed access to the internet. The
Mm-hmm.
internet came in and swapped up a copy of
Mm-hmm.
GTA, and now they hired the best that they can hire
Mm-hmm.
to try to prevent it from actually getting leaked out. Not leaked out, distributed to the rest of the world. Because if they do that, if they distribute that, you know what a 2-year-old, from everything we've read so far, you know what a 2-year-old GTA, what is it, 6? Is this 6?
Yeah, this is 6.
Okay, you know what a 2-year-old GTA 6 looks like?
What?
It looks like peak, ready to be deployed, SJW DEI wokeness game.
Yeah, so basically what this would show would be evidence of hey, we were ready 2 years ago to deliver it, but then we saw the Trump getting back into office, so we're going to remove all that or lessen that, so you're all happy. But we weren't able to fully remove it, which is why we're all forcing you to buy it digitally, so you can't refund it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: if this woke version of the game gets put out online or gets distributed online,
that's a speculation, of course. We don't know.
It's a speculation, of course. That, like I said, if it will absolutely demolish Rockstar, because people will gravitate to it because they've been waiting for a very long time. One, when they actually play it and they realize how shitty it is, that's a double whammy.
Right.
Why would they pay for something that's been super delayed that is this terrible?
Yeah.
That will be a double whammy for Rockstar, it'll be a triple whammy. Why? Because people, this will be able to make a copy and retain that copy. Without anyone telling them you can't have that copy anymore.
The PC market's gonna be
a triple whammy if that happens.
They're gonna be able to put a mod, and they're gonna be able to make their own GTA 6 experience.
It's sort of like
with their own private servers, so they won't need to.
Sort of like Linux.
Yeah.
Sort of like Linux. It's sort of like what's that 3D program? Blender.
Yeah.
Blender's open source. Anyone can modify it and improve on it and stuff like that. And they have a Blender, what do you call it? Group that takes the best of the versions that people have done, and said, "Hey, we like to add that uniqueness that you just created, Dinales. We would like to add it to the main Blender release." And you're going like, well, sure, absolutely.
So this is going to be a very interesting couple of weeks, because remember, the 27th is supposed to be that extended preview look on Netflix that they say, hey, if you have a Netflix account, you can watch it, and if you don't, you got to wait 6 hours until it's released to every other platform, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. There's already a circulation of what the map looks like of the game, and we don't know if that's a real map or not, or the current version of the map, but the version that's being released out there has been highly disappointing for a lot of people.
Okay, do you want me to bring this into a real world scenario?
Go ahead.
Do you remember the Doomsday commercial or trailer that they just released like a few days ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we were playing all the AI version of the Doomsday, and when they actually release the Doomsday trailer, everybody were that's it.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the key compositions in that Doomsday trailer,
Yeah.
the official Doomsday trailer from Marvel,
Yeah.
they were on the internet for over a year. Let that sink in for a moment. The part where Doom turns around in this desolate place, raises his hands, and the Sentinels, the destroyed Sentinels, come to life, and then Doom turns around, hovering, and with his hands out in the air, in a very relaxed position, as the Sentinels, stand behind him, ready for battle. That scene's been out for over a year now.
Yep. I'm surprised that Disney didn't try to.
Well, this is the part that becomes interesting. Are you okay? Disney is very anal about having their stuff leaked.
Yeah.
But they didn't do shit with all this AI doomsday stuff.
They were watching the market and seeing what they like, what the audience was reacting to.
Well, I think it's even more crazy than that.
Go ahead.
Remember we talked about Sona being handed over to Disney, right?
Yeah.
Because why would all of a sudden $1 billion plus contracts just be canceled?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't make any money. Are you what? You just got $1 billion plus contracts. You tell me you can't make money off of that?
Yeah.
What it sounds like is they were actually, of course, using AI on Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
But it gets even better. Is not only are they using the AI, they wanted to what I call saturate the market with goodwill towards it. They can't really do that with memes of cats and dogs.
Yeah.
No, they
So,
needed.
so you're thinking that this was a goodwill gesture of releasing poorly made that you can tell is AI.
Yeah. So then when they release the polish, whether it's AI, visual effects, whatever, and people go, "Oh, that's really awesome."
But it didn't compare to the people because they were expecting something even better.
That's right. What was the Disney trailer quality compared to the AI stuff that we saw for like over a year? It was maybe 10% better.
It wasn't that noticeable. I remember. People were like, "Huh."
You didn't get wowed.
Yeah.
When the first trailer for of the Avengers came out,
everyone
you were wowed. Why? Because you saw Thor fighting Hulk.
Yeah.
It was awesome stuff. You got wowed. You didn't get wowed with this. All right, this is, if this is a video game where the whole time this is the camera move, the camera's held at like this, and using your keys to like attack and target in this fashion. I'd play it all over. I mean, this has got to be the greatest dog ever.
Yeah.
I call this dog Doomsday. Doomsday dog.
This is from .rw. This dog was worth raising after all. So there you go. Okay. So let me finish over here. So Polymark, just in, the U.S. now receive about 50% of Venezuela oil production.
Okay. Cool.
Well, it is cool. 50% of oil production, George.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. Why is this important? Hey, George, President Trump is moving to revive the Keystone XL pipeline, which will surge from Canada across America, and the market is now booming. 50% tariffs on Canada has been paused. So you have 50% of production coming from Venezuela, right? The XL Keystone pipeline will increase production from Alberta into it. So that should be starting moving that gas production down even further. But it also brings goodwill to Albertians who has a referendum question October, and with the XL pipeline and the job and the money that will produce, George, what do you think will happen in your opinion?
All right. First of all,
nothing.
No. Everything? First of all, I have to do a slow clap to my Prime Minister, Mark Carney.
Mm-hmm.
He expertly maneuvered the United States into a losing position.
Okay.
And while the United States says they got everything they wanted,
mm-hmm.
Canada got more than anyone realized. And pretty soon, we will be drafting people so we can slowly start to take over the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. This is the start of Canada what we call conquering the United States.
All right. I guess we should start saying, "Hey."
No, you shouldn't pack up. No. It's no. We're gonna be coming to the United States, door to door.
Yeah.
And we will be, taking names like the census.
Yeah.
And giving you an email address.
Yeah.
Where you can send the taxes, the Canadian taxes that we're going to be levying on you.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's going to be called. It's going to be through a system called Interact.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sign up with a Canadian bank. Convert all your money to Canadian currency.
Mm-hmm. Wait, why would we do that? I mean, the dollar's stronger than the Canadian.
Well, yeah. Imagine when you convert your money to Canadian currency, your $1,000 is more like several $1 million.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't you want to be a millionaire in the new country? Huh? Yeah. See. I told you, Canada's going to take over America. It's going to happen.
Eric, breaking: the U.S. military has shocked Iran, quietly establishing shipping lane in and out of the Strait of Hormuz, where now millions of barrels are being moved per day, per Axios, citing two U.S. officials. Some nights have reached to 15 to 20 million barrels. This comes as President Donald Trump and Scott Bassett confirmed pipelines are surging construction to bypass the strait. Hormuz straits are not going to be quite as important in the past. The covert shipping strategy is beyond simply escorting outbound ships, Axios report. The military is helping tankers enter the Gulf through the strait and pick up the oil and leave fully. No nukes, no strait to hold hostage. This is winning. So, what was it again about no ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz?
Oh, they are. They just their transponders off so they can remain as invisible as possible.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying that this confirms it.
Yeah.
That kind of deal. Oh yeah. I had this story lined up somewhere.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Cat turd, liberal white Karen get a reality checks. Low, Phoenix. White woman gets a year-long visa in India. I don't know why you would. Gets culturally enriched immediately. Wants to leave after 2 weeks.
No, it's a great start in this town, to be honest. I'm honestly kind of over India already. I think I'm just going to leave. The men here are just, there's something wrong with them. I just need to get out of
Lady.
Yeah, that's the culture. You came there with preconceptions of your culture, and it's not working out.
Yeah, she thought it was Bollywood.
No. She like every other bonehead thinks that they can go to another country and bring their culture and expectations, their Western culture and expectations to that other country.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Yep.
It doesn't work that way at all. But if you go to America, Canada, any of the Western countries, the opposite can be said, where you bring your culture and say, yeah, sure, come in,
well,
come in with the culture.
Because you got similar culture. That's why they're Western country, because they're Western culture, meaning there are differences, but you have a lot of overlapping happening.
Yeah, but you allow them, you allow them with their culture to be rude, crude, and unjust.
Yeah.
But they won't allow that to happen in their country. Okay, continue.
here. I'm just done. Sick of the cow poop on the roads. Sick of the trash absolutely everywhere. I mean, look at that garbage. It's disgusting.
Pause. Are you telling me it wasn't in the travel brochure? Oh no. I guess you got the kids' travel
the most
brochure.
dangerous thing she's doing right now?
She's walking alone and she without a burqa.
No, that's Middle East. No, she's just walking alone.
Okay, sorry, she's walking alone. But did you notice every time she's looking back?
Yeah, because there's a couple gang guys following her.
Oh, that I wasn't aware. I thought she was just constantly looking back so she doesn't get run over by an elephant.
No, the elephant wouldn't run her over. She has a more likely chance of getting skewered by an elephant than making it out alive without being unmolested, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I got the year-long visa because I wanted to come here and do a whole tour around India.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't even want to stay 2 weeks. No, it's a great start in this town, to be honest.
But you know what? That's how people. It kind of reminds me like those two. Remember that story we read long ago where it's like a couple went to the Middle East to ride bike across the plain to show that the people were their enemies and they got shut down, beheaded like the first night or something as they try to bike across some place. Remember that story?
Yeah, I remember. And it also made me go,
It's like, you gotta understand there's points of culture which are regressed. There's areas where it's like their current time, and there's areas where you're going back 1,000 years in the past, literally, because those people haven't moved on from 1,000 years.
They haven't?
No. Think about it. The further you go away from the major centers in those third world countries, from which is called, which has been influenced by Western civilization, the further you leave that area of influence and go to the away from it to the countryside, you're going to different time zone, basically a different period of time.
Yes, the Dark Ages.
Exactly. Beyond the Dark Ages, you're going from like the time of Cleopatra. Eric, Democrats are now absolutely furious after socialized Senate candidate Angie Nixon defeats Chuck Schumer-backed candidate. You know what's sad? He doesn't even put in who that Democrat socialist won
They
against.
won't name the person.
Yeah, it's Alex Vindman, the same Alex Vindman that was a key witness for Trump's first impeachment process. The same Alex Vindman that was part of the 2014 Chuck Schumer, not Chuck Schumer, the John McCain, Lindsey Graham, Ukrainian coup situation that occurred in 2014. You know, the same Alex Vindman that basically lied. You know, in my opinion. Yeah. Nixon has less than 1 million, and the Democrats worry that Ashley Moody, top of the ticket president over Nixon, could win the House seats down ballot. Well, of course, nobody wants to vote for a Democratic socialist in Florida. There was just no better options. It's so bad, it's so bad that we were forced to vote for a socialist over the other guy, which was an establishment. All right. Elon Musk Odyssey blooper by Grok Image. Bloopers from our Odyssey dialogue scene. All right.
Scene 62, take 1, Mark. Ah, man, not again. Sorry.
That's happened before?
Don't use this one. Please just come out of this. Please just come out of the sun. Please.
Please, let's cut.
Build your raft. Be free. Oh, look, there's your raft.
Oh, darling, that kind of raft doesn't exist yet.
Get that boat out of the shot!
All I want is home. My Rife.
Your
wife. All I want is home. My wife. My handheld camera style.
That was part of the prompt, not your dialogue.
Sorry.
Who is writing this stuff?
Scenes.
Okay, see, I would laugh if this was legit, but this takes as much effort as prompting the actual footage that they want to use.
Well, that's one right here. Cut. That's 2. Cut. That's 3. Cut. That's 4. Cut. That's 5. Cut. That's 6. Cut. That's 7. Cut. That's 8. Cut. That's 9. So, cut. 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 So, there you go. Was I right about the edit cuts?
Yeah, it's just you're doing bloopers on an AI film. It doesn't ring. It doesn't ring right. It just doesn't.
Well, if you want to make an AI film and you want to have behind the scenes, you got to have bloopers to make it feel like you're having behind the scenes.
No. AI bloopers is like, the character's talking, all of a sudden a second head appears beside them as they're talking.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
that's a blooper. That's an AI blooper reel. Not you said that incorrectly. No, that was not a accident prompt.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be an accident.
Yeah, well, they're faking the accident.
Yes, that's why it's a blooper. All right, last story of the night. Fox News: a Parkinson patient says his debilitating tremors vanished within minutes thanks to a newly approved non-invasive ultrasound treatment for years. 72-year-old Air Force veterans Bud Levy struggled with severe tremor that kept him from living life to its fullest. Then doctors at UT Southwestern's used focused sound waves to target precise areas deep in his brain without opening his skull. At his latest follow-up, the tremor remained under control. Her response when asked how he was doing, "What tremor?" Holy smokes, we're close to a med bay, George.
Yep.
Star Trek med bays where they just use energy force and sound waves to fix things. Crush the bugs.
Yep.
Killed bugs dead. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another show. We'll see you tomorrow for more. George, what's your final thoughts?
Yep.
All right. Thank you. And if you want to support the channel, please sure to get a copy of The Immortal Mask, a 200-page graphic novel, on sale now on my website. Also at CriticalBlast and Amazon.com. Until later. Bye.
I believe that together we can make America great again.